Life seems to be on what you would call a repeating cycle for the Carolina Panthers, and really any NFL team that's looking for a franchise quarterback. Just like, so you try to get your head coach in, you try to get your quarterback in there, doesn't exactly mesh, everybody gets fired, and yeah, things kind of just go away. But if you're the Carolina Panthers, I think you're looking at a couple of different things this year. Obviously, Scott Fitterer staying in his role as GM, but also Frank Reich, now hired on as the head coach of the Carolina Panthers. I like the hire. I think he's going to put them in a really good spot to not only find a franchise quarterback, but also to get them back on the right track. But today, yes, we're doing our first 2023 Carolina Panthers mock draft 1.0, which means a couple of different things. Number one, no trading. Just stick and pick, see where the board falls. And number two, have a lot of fun. You're probably thinking to ignore rule number one. No, it's going to have a lot of fun with this one. Just seeing where this one goes. Don't worry throughout the rest of this draft process. We'll put a lot of other mock drafts together where we trade up, trade down, blah, 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 whatever you want to do. So we're going to jump right into this right now. So there's a couple things. As far as needs, obviously quarterback, I think wide receiver and running backs are definitely a need here because who knows what's going to happen with Donta Foreman, who ran for over 900 yards. He's an absolute hand. Linebacker, I think, is a need there for the Panthers. Tight end, edge, I think definitely that kind of rounds it out. So we're going to jump in here and show you our settings. So yes, let's see here. Care for position of value, relatively high speed, low drag. Draft for needs, all the way up. We want people to actually, this to be as realistic as possible. We want this to actually play out how we think it will. I've been putting randomness at absolutely nothing, but I might want to put it up just a little bit because, there's always a little bit of randomness that happens in the draft. I mean, look at what the Raiders did a couple years ago in getting, Leatherwood at 17 when they had Christian Darrisaw right there. So there's always a little bit of randomness. So we'll put a little bit in to be able to get this thing started. So 7 rounds, Carolina Panthers, let's go. So we're going to start the draft again, sticking and picking and seeing where the board falls. Jalen Carter there, Bryce Young, Will Anderson, CJ Stroud, Miles Murphy. Ooh, Miles Murphy, number 5. Wow, okay. So we're here at 9. I would actually, if I was the Panthers, I would like to trade down, even though they have a lot of other picks, but that we're just going to stick and pick here at number 9. But so the tough part about this is if you look at this, the Falcons go, the Falcons go edge here instead of quarterback. That's actually kind of throws a monkey wrench into things we're going to do. Do we just go with Anthony Richardson? Because you know that they're not going to thrust the starting quarterback into the position here, but could he be Cam Newton 2.0? Yeah, no way. You get your quarterback of the future right away to start things out with. We're crossing that off. My other dream scenario would have been Hendon Hooker in the 3rd round, but we'll get to that later. So now you're here back at 39. Dalton Kincaid is there. You do have a need at tight end. I know Ian Thomas and those guys have showed up, but Dalton Kincaid caught 8 touchdowns for Utah last year. I really, 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 really like Dalton Kincaid. I'm going Dalton Kincaid. Yep, I don't even think it's that much of a reach. He's a really good prospect. He's probably one of the best tight ends in this draft class. And now you get to running back. So Zach Carbonnett's there as well as Jamar Gibbs. So running back's taken care of. What about linebacker? How's that? Oh, Deion Henley's there. Who's the running backs that's after this that, would make sense? I think BPA here, Zach Corbonnet in the end of the 2nd round, but Deion Henley's just sitting there looking at you. Also, there is Carl Brooks. Ooh, I really like Carl Brooks. What do you have, 10.5 sacks for Bowling Green last year? Kind of slowly developing to a draft crush for mine. Yes, because I think there's a lot of talented running backs in this. So we're going to go Kyle Brooks at the end of the 2nd round there. We're going into the 3rd at 93. I believe this is the 49ers pick, if I'm not mistaken. So, yes, we're back. Things are looking up. We have got our running back there. We have got our, let's see here, Deion Brooks there at edge. We've got tight end figured out as well as quarterback. Now we can look at running backs if you guys want. I do think that there's going to be a lot of good running backs later on in this draft. Ooh, Dorian Williams is there. Do we just go BPA here and just say, okay, Gervin Dexter's there? D-tackle isn't necessarily a need, but, Jordan Battle also fell, which is kind of, getting him at 93, that's really good value. And I know safety's not necessarily a need, but okay, I need to make a choice here. I need to quit thinking so much. Also, let us know what you guys would do in the comment section down below. Jordan Battle, I really like him coming out of Alabama. Plus, we've got some other things. We've got edge taken care of. We got tight end, running back, I think is going to be their quarterback. We also got to get wide receiver. Who's there at wide receiver, by the way? Wide receiver. Trey Palmer's there. I think Trey Palmer will be there at 114. So, Jordan Battle. And you'll just make, Jordan Battle, I really like the value there. So, Dorian Williams is there. Okay. Dorian Williams is there. I was just going to say, you could do a lot of different things here. I was actually looking at the PFF's things here because there's a lot of different things you can do with this roster. I mean, just make Jeremy Chin a linebacker. That works if you ask me. So, yeah. Or just keep him at safety, and then you get Dorian Williams there at linebacker. I love this draft. I already love this draft. So, you got linebacker filled out. My only thing would be a wide receiver here because DJ Moore needs some help. He absolutely needs some help. Let's see. Did we get running back? I don't remember what we did at the top of my head. That's the one thing about PFF I don't love is that they don't necessarily show what you've done. So, yes, first round, blah, 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 blah. It was, we're at 9. Anthony Richardson. Then we were back in the second round. We got Dalton Kincaid, fine. Back at 61. We got Carl Brooks. So, we got edge, we got tight end, and we got quarterback. And now I'm just looking here real quick. Bear with me. Jordan Battle, and then we also got Dorian Williams. So running backs here, Rashawn Johnson's there, Dwayne McBridge. That just sounds like a Key and Peele name, doesn't it? Like Rashawn Johnson, Chase Brown's there too. Running back, yeah. Again, you don't know what's going to happen with Deonta Foreman. I think he's going to be back, but you never know at this point. I think you go Johnson there. He falls a little bit, which I think is really good value here too. So you got running back taken care of. You got edge, tight end, linebacker. I think it's wide receiver now is definitely something I want to take a look at here. So, and another thing too is the offensive line for the Panthers is actually really respectable. But if Jarrett Patterson falls to you in the 5th round, I think you take that. I really think you take Jarrett Patterson there. I know you need a wide receiver here, but there's really none that I'm in love with, and I really have liked how this first mock draft has ended up. So. At the very least, I know you got Bozeman and all those guys back. Austin Corbett really played well, but having another really good backup guard really never hurt anybody. That's the tough part, though, because I want to go wide receiver, but there's none I love. So, you know what? You don't want to force this pick either. So, Dontavian Wicks is there. You know what? I think you bet on the talent you got. You hope guys like Shi Smith and company will step up because Jarrett Patterson, you're coming to the Panthers. So 187. I really like how this. You got another a guard that really could develop into a starter for you long term. I really love it. Let's see here. So we get into the 6th round here, and Ronnie Bell's there from. Oh yeah, Ronnie Bell out of Michigan. Yep. I really like me some Ronnie Bell. Okay, so we got wide receiver in the 6th round, and we are so we got quarterback, linebacker, tight end, edge, running back, guard, our backup guard, wide receiver taken care of. This one's just icing on the cake. So, Cameron Latu there. Cameron Latu caught like 8 touchdowns last year for Alabama, or was it 8 one year and then 4 the other? Yeah. Let's see. So, 228. Cameron Latu would be really good value, and he would really help you, I think, in that tight end room too. You know what? I've had a draft crush on Cameron Latu for a long time. I'm just waiting for the next great Panthers tight end. So we're going Cameron Latu there to really shore things up here. So it looks like that's it for our 7 rounds. We'll see what it did for us. So at number 9, you see we got Anthony Richardson. He fell there. I think you can get Richardson possibly in the 2nd and 3rd round. I think he's going to take a little bit of a draft day stumble. When I did this before with no randomness, Hendon Hooker had you got Hendon Hooker in the 3rd round, but Anthony Richardson, Cam Newton 2.0. Absolutely. Dalton Kincaid, the tight end, caught 8 touchdowns for Utah last year. You love it. Carl Brooks, the edge rusher. I think he's going to be a stud in the NFL. You absolutely love it there, too. So, Carl Brooks, welcome to Carolina. Then Jordan Battle, the safety. Like, this Carolina Panthers defense is just nasty. Then you get Dorian Williams there. I don't know why they're giving us a B+. Dorian Williams is the best coverage linebacker in this draft. I love it. Then you got Rashawn Johnson there. I mean, getting him in the 4th round, he's going to be an absolute stud. I know that it was Bijan Robinson that really took the cake there, but Johnson's also a stud. Jarrett Patterson, excuse me, the guard out of Notre Dame. I think he's a guy that could find a way to be a starter in the NFL. You get a really good backup piece there to help you out. And then you get wide receiver Ronnie Bell out of Michigan. DJ Moore needs some help. We need some people to step up. Shai Smith, one of these other guys, to be able to do their thing. And then also Cameron Latu, running this whole thing out. They gave us an A. I absolutely agree. Again, Anthony Richardson, like it all literally hinges on what the Falcons are going to do at 8. Obviously, I think they would have gone Anthony Richardson, but they went edge rusher with Tyree Wilson instead. I love how the whole thing ended up, and I think that it's going to be really good for the Panthers. I think they've got some options really to trade down to and see what they can get for other draft capital. But let us know what you think, how our mock draft 1.0 ended up for the Carolina Panthers. Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. We greatly appreciate all the support that we've gotten and continue to get. You guys are all truthfully awesome. We love every single one of you. Down in the description below, you'll find all of our social media platforms. So give us a like and a follow there. Also remember to give us a like and sub. Listen and sub on iTunes. And finally, if you have anything else you'd like us to cover, send us an email at thesportsbp@yahoo.com or put in the comment section down below, and we would love to cover. But let us know what you guys think about our very first mock draft for the Carolina Panthers in 2023, where we could have been better and where we nailed it.